So he was trying to get everything in line for his Africa trip. A couple of days before he was scheduled to fly out, he was running into issues like with his passport, with the flight, and he was getting so frustrated trying to get all of that situated. And I noticed like throughout this process that he would get like little random phone calls from Becky. That is the girl that he originally was finna go to Africa to marry. He was getting like little random phone calls here and there, but he would look at me and be like, oh, why she keep calling me? Making it like downplaying it. So I'm not thinking too much into it because, like I said, we were not together, okay? At this point, he is just helping me financially and like being there as a friend. That's how I'm looking at it. So he's trying to get everything situated, and literally a day before he was scheduled to go, his flight got canceled. It got canceled and they credited him, for the flight, and he was upset. Like he was like trying to like figure out like how he can get his flight back so he can still go. So I'm just like, that's a different tune from how it was a couple of weeks prior, where you just like, you don't even really care. And the fact that they canceled your flight and gave you credit and you still trying to figure out how to get back on that flight, I'm just like, all right, okay. So the night before he was supposed to fly out, he called, we were sitting down and we were having a conversation. Well, he had called me to let me know that he wanted to have a talk with me. So I went over to his house, and he was just saying that he loved me. He wanted to be with me. He knows that like I am the woman that he needs. He's going to Africa. He was just reassuring me that he was going to Africa just as a tourist, just so that he can like get it out, because he's never been able to experience Africa as a tourist. And I'm just like, okay. He's like, well, I just want to know, like, do you want to upgrade me from your man friend to your man? And I was like, huh? He was like, let's make this official. And I was like, so you trying to be my boyfriend? You don't want my friend, you want my boyfriend? He was just like, yeah, let's just go ahead and like make this official. And I'm like, all right, cool. You're like, yeah. So like, yeah, okay, we can do that. Like, we can do that. We can make it official. So we were officially boyfriend and girlfriend a day before his flight to Africa. So the next day I was sitting there at his house, like, I'm just like, okay, this is my boyfriend now. So I got to look at this relationship a little bit different. So I got to hold him to a different standard because this is my boyfriend. So I'm sitting there watching him pack his bag and things and, gearing up to take him to the airport. And as we were going to the airport, I was having my conversation with him. And I was just like, look, I know we're official, but if you need your closure, like, just let me know. If you want to see your ex while you're there and you need your closure, like, let me know. That's what that is. He's like, no, man, fuck the closure. I don't need no closure, man. Fuck them. Fuck her. I'm going over there just to be a tourist. I'm like, okay, but like I said, if you want your closure, just let me know, like, that's something that you want to do, and you can have your closure, because I don't want to get in the way of you having your closure, because I want to make sure like I am the person that you really, really want, because you were so up in the air between me and these people from Africa. So I'm like, I want to make sure like I'm the person that you really, really want. So if you want your closure, just let me know, like, that's what you're doing. He's like, man, no, fuck the closure. I know who I want. I got what I want. Like, it's you. I don't want nobody else but you. So I'm like, all right. So he got on that flight. He got on that flight and flew out. So as he was on that flight, he left me the keys to his truck, because I let him know that weekend I was going to try to go to Atlanta to get the stuff from my aunt's house. Get all the stuff and get everything, moved into the house. I was going to take running with me to do all of that. So while he was on that flight, I was back in America, because that was like a two-day flight or whatever, day and a half flight from the United States to Kenya. So while he was in flight and I couldn't talk to him, me and Ronnie was getting everything situated. We went to Atlanta. We got the U-Haul situated because Marlon gave me his truck keys. So I took his truck, got the U-Haul, went to Atlanta, got all the stuff that my aunt, said that she had for me, came back, unloaded it. And like while me and Ronnie was doing all that, Marlon was in the air, flying to Africa. Like everything was fine. And Ronnie was asking me how things was going with me and him, and I let him know that like, look, we made it official like the other day. So like he's officially my boyfriend, and just going through everything. So as the next day roll around, I heard from Marlon because he called me on Facebook Messenger to let me know that he landed and that he's fine. And I'm just like, well, okay. I let him know like how everything went with like moving the furniture in, getting everything set up. I let him know that like, look, I'm just cleaning everything and getting everything set in place. I'm like, by the time you get back from Africa, like my apartment gonna be set, like everything's gonna be fine. So I'm just letting him know that I'm good, and also letting him know that his truck is still good, So I'm doing that, and as like that day progressed, and I got off the phone with him because I talked to him for a little bit, and then he was like, he gonna have to call me back because he's having terrible signal with T-Mobile. So I'm like, all right, but y'all know how I am. My investigation skills are always like on point. So even though me and him had made it official, and he had already let me know that he wasn't going to Africa for his closure, I still need my confirmation. So I ended up adding the girl Becky to my fake Instagram account. And when I did that, I saw she started uploading stories. So I was watching her stories. And it was one particular story that she had. She was on the beach. She was holding this carton of orange juice in her hand. And then there was another hand holding a carton of orange juice. And I looked at the nail, and I'm just like, that looks like Marlon's finger. Like, they on the beach holding orange juice. Like, you don't see the face, you just see the hands. I'm like, yo, that looks like Marlon's finger. And then I look down, and I recognize the shoes. And I'm like, Marlon is with Becky in fucking Africa right now. So when I saw that, I instantly started blowing up his phone on Messenger. Of course he's not answering. He is not answering. I'm just like, nigga, I know what the fuck you do. So I called Ronnie. I'm like, Ronnie, this nigga is with fucking Becky. He was like, what? How you know? So I sent Ronnie the picture. I'm like, that's his fucking thumb. Man, his shoes. Like, that's his shoes. That's him. He is with Becky. I'm like, oh my God. He was like, have you talked to him? I'm like, he's not answering the phone. He is not answering the phone. I cannot get in contact with him. So he runs like, what you gonna do? I was like, bitch, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. But we literally just made it official. And I told this nigga if he need to close, he just need to let me know. But he ain't even answering the phone now. So I'm like, yo, I don't know. He's in fucking Africa. So I don't know. Like, I was pissed. I was pissed to the point I started crying. Because I'm like, why the fuck you want to do this to me? Like, me? Why the fuck you doing this to me? What did I do to deserve that,